And welcome back. Memorial Day weekend is a big one for travel, and many folks in East Tennessee plan to be on the road. While all cars are required to have insurance to drive on Tennessee highways, not all of them do. So here to tell us how we can protect ourselves against other drivers without insurance is Adam Priest with Pryor, Priest, and Harber. Now, Adam, there are a lot of ins and outs to car insurance, and some can be confusing. So what kind of coverage is out there?
Well, I think it's important to know for all of us what coverages we do have. There are different types of coverages you can have. First is property damage coverage, the coverage that you would use if you actually caused an accident to someone else's car or to someone's property. Then there is collision coverage, which would help if you cause the accident and your car needs to be repaired, or someone hits you and you need your car repaired. Comprehensive coverage is important because that's coverage for your car if something happens to it while it's not being driven. A tree falls on it or there's a flood. So that's important to know if you have that. Then, as you mentioned, you have bodily injury coverage, which is coverage that covers other people that you might hurt in an accident. And then, as you mentioned, the most important would be uninsured motorist coverage, which protects you against people who are on the roads who do not have any of their own coverage. And unfortunately, in Tennessee, depending on your source, somewhere between 21 and 25% of our drivers do not have any insurance at all. So we all need to talk to our agents and make sure that we have this uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage.
Yeah, so how do we know if our insurance covers an accident with an uninsured driver?
Well, there's really a few ways you can know. First is we all should have our policies somewhere that we can read them and know what's in them, but sometimes even reading them, they can be confusing. One of the first pages on your policy is called your declarations page, and that page has a series of numbers on it and some listings of what your coverage is. So if you look at that closely, you can see whether you have purchased this uninsured motorist coverage, and most people have if they have insurance, or we can always call our agents, and we should, to talk to our agents about what coverage we do have.
All right, so for our viewers out there, what should they do in regard to their own insurance policies?
Well, I believe we all should review our policies periodically to know what coverages we have, not just auto, but our life insurance, our health insurance, and everything. But with our auto policies, we should pull them out and look at them at least annually to make sure that there hasn't been any changes in our life or anything, to make sure that's there, that we have enough coverage to protect ourselves and our own assets if we cause an accident, but also to protect ourselves against another driver that might cause one with us.
All right, so last thing, so how can people get in touch with your law firm?
Yeah, we can be reached on the web at www.knoxvillelaw.com or locally at 865-522-4191.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. Again, that was Adam Priest with Pryor, Priest, and Harber. And coming